Hello everyone, welcome back to the Year That Did Not Count YouTube channel. Hopefully you enjoyed yesterday's videos. I'm going to try to upload every single day with either a cover reveal, some questions or answers, or a reading of the book. Now before I start, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know every time I uploaded the video. Now, what we know so far, we know the two main characters of the book, Audrey and Mia. And Audrey's like, what's going on? What's happening? I think I can tell the future, but she's not sure. So Mia's like, okay, I know this weird house and we can go practice there. So that's where we left off. Now let's continue with the year that did not count. At 5 o'clock, Audrey walks towards the building, which is just off the main road that runs by her house. As her foot hits the bridge leading to the house, the wind starts to pick up. Not the refreshing breeze on the warm summer's day, but the chilling wind that bites at the fingers and nips at the noses of anyone to face it. When Audrey reaches the house, she raps on the door. Mia answers, pulling her red hair away from her green eyes. The pair walks into the main room to begin practicing. Okay, says Mia. Let's start by guessing the next sound we're going to hear. How do you know what to do? Audrey taunts. Just go along with it, Mia laughs. Okay, fine. The next sound we're going to hear is... Oh no. Audrey mutters. Oh no what? Audrey looks at the ground before stammering. The next sound we're going to hear is a man's voice. And sure enough, a few seconds later, a gruff man's voice says, "Who's in my house?" Audrey stands up straight and says, "Audrey Poindexter and Mia Ruffberg." Someone slowly steps out the shadows. "My name's James Poindexter," he says with a smile. "Father?" Audrey gasps. Ever since the age of 3, Audrey's father has been non-existent in her life, so she is beyond shocked to see him. The man rubs the back of his neck. Hi, Audrey." Audrey's voice cracks as she says, "Hi? That's all you have to say to me after 10 years? Hi?" Although upset, she tries to keep calm. For some creepy reason, I can tell the future, and we only came here for a safe place to practice. Wait, what? Audrey's father interrupts. No, this can't work. This can't be happening. He turns around to face his daughter before rubbing his temples and saying, "You were supposed to be like your mother. You were supposed to be normal, not like me." "What do you mean by normal?" Audrey asks. "Not seeing the future," is his only reply. "Why not?" Audrey begins to say before she is cut off. "Seeing the future corrupts you. That's why I left, you and your mother. I could see things would never work out, even if everything would be okay for another 15 years. I just couldn't live with it, so I left." Audrey runs up to her father and hugs him. She doesn't let go for several seconds. Then she whispers, "I love you, Dad." "You know what?" he replies. "I will teach you how to see into the future and how to stay out of trouble. You will become master of your power." "Are you crazy? Audrey, we are leaving right now," Mia cuts in. Audrey turns around and looks Mia in the eye. "Why?" "Because you barely know this man, and you're willing to just go off with him?" Mia yells. As Audrey opens her mouth to defend her father, Mia grabs her by the arm and stalks out, the door slamming behind her. James stares at the door and whispers to himself. She has no idea. "What was that for?" Audrey screams. "After 10 years, I finally found my father, and he actually knows why I can see the future, and you just take me away without a second thought?" Mia, still holding on to Audrey like a lifeline, finally turns to her. "Are you out of your mind? I don't know if you're a human, let alone my friend." Her red hair waves in the wind as she stares at Audrey. "It doesn't matter who your biological father is." "Are you out of your mind? I don't know if you are even human, let alone my friend." Her red hair waves in the wind as she stares at Audrey. "It doesn't matter if he's your biological father. He's not really your father because he's never been there for you." "You don't know him. So no, Audrey, he is not your father. You're going to have to deal." "Get off the bridge," Audrey says quickly. "Just because you're mad at me doesn't mean you get to tell me what to." Audrey yanks Mia onto solid ground just as the other half of the bridge collapses. "Thanks," Mia whispers. "Yeah," Audrey says as she walks down the road to her house. "See you tomorrow," says Mia. "Bye," Audrey replies bitterly. As soon as Audrey walks in the door, her mother appears in a fit of rage. Where on earth were you? You missed dinner. You didn't tell me where you were going, or even text me to tell me you were safe. Sorry, Mom. I was at Mia's. Her sister was about to text you. Ping! Her mom's phone rings. She blows out a sigh of relief as her mom looks up from her cell phone. Fine, you're off the hook this time, but if this ever happens again, you'll be grounded forever. And Audrey knows in her heart that this will definitely happen again. That night, Audrey cannot sleep. She visualizes her father talking to her, like watching a movie. Audrey sees Mia looking straight in her eye and asking if they were even friends. Finally, she falls into a restless oblivion. Suddenly, she finds herself in the living room, the news blasting, coronavirus spreading, starting in China and quickly infecting the states. Some states are closing schools for 2-week periods. Additionally, all outdoor events and gatherings over 10 must be canceled. Audrey turns off the TV as fast as it was turned on and walks to the bathroom to wash off her face. As the cold water makes contact with her skin, Audrey feels as if she's coming out of a cold pool. Audrey wakes up in her bed, sweating what feels like gallons of water. The sun is rising as she stumbles out of bed and to her computer. She searches for the coronavirus. Many articles come up, but nothing recent. It's almost the end of November, and the most recent post is from August 2012. As Audrey gets ready for school, she wonders if the dream had something to do with the future. It would explain her sudden impulse to buy all the cleaning supplies. Audrey paces her room, now thinking about how Mia would react, and whether she would even be willing to talk to her. Her mother's voice interrupts her thoughts. Audrey, come down and eat. You're going to be late for school. Coming, Audrey yells back and hurries downstairs. After a lengthy conversation with Charlotte and some really burnt waffles, Audrey's picked up by the bus at the corner of her street. Finally, she steps off the bus, desperate to find her best friend. Audrey sees a flash of ginger hair and calls, Mia! Mia turns around just as Audrey hits the ground. Audrey is once again sitting on her couch and staring at the TV. With the news blasting, toilet paper disappears from shelves, while squirts of hand sanitizer go for hundreds of dollars. As the news reporter sits down on the brightly colored couch, Audrey glances out the window. She sees two faces staring at each other, her father and a tall stranger with white hair that she has never seen before. She feels herself going sleepy as the whole world goes black. Audrey! What happened to Audrey? Audrey? She hears her name over and over in many echoed voices. She cannot think straight or force herself to move until she hears a very familiar voice. Audrey, are you okay? Please wake up. The voice belongs to Max. His black hair drapes over his bright eyes and his face flushes. He smiles as Audrey opens his eyes and raises her hand to shield them from the bright lights of the nurse's office. What happened? One girl to her right states matter-of-factly, You called me his name. She points to Mia, and then you completely blacked out. We all thought you went into a coma. Oh, and my name's Kate. Kate Jane. Audrey sighs and says, I know. Kate Jane is the cool kid, as she calls herself, but Audrey classifies her as a troublemaker of the 8th grade. She has dirty blonde hair and a pair of hazel eyes. Audrey waits for a moment before pulling her hair out of her eyes to see her peers clearly. Mia gives her a look that says, Meet me in private. And she walks away without a word. The nurse's mouth barely opens before Audrey cuts her off by saying, Yes, I would like an ice pack. After 10 minutes, Audrey leaves the nurse's office and sees Mia standing near the staircase with her arms folded. You have some serious explaining to do. Audrey tells Mia all about the vision and how sorry she is for being so mad. Of course, Audrey knows that she will be forgiven. Oh no, she exclaims, the bell. Audrey and Mia hurry to class, and they arrive just as Mr. Point begins taking attendance. I hope you enjoyed these 10 pages of The Year That Did Not Count. Stay tuned for the next 10. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn post notifications so you'll be updated when I upload a new video, which will probably be the next 10 pages of The Year That Did Not Count. Bye!